In this video, I'm going to do a review and walkthrough of one of the best WordPress themes that are available today, and it's called GeneratePress. Hi, my name is Adam from WPCrafter.com, where I make WordPress videos for non-techies like me. And if you enjoy the content in this video, I upload them daily. So if you wouldn't mind considering clicking on that subscribe button down below and become a subscriber here. And if you want video notifications, there's a little bell off to the right of the subscribe button that you can click on, and YouTube will let you know when I upload a new video. So this video is going to be all about this theme right here called GeneratePress. Now, GeneratePress is a free theme. Let's just put that out there. But this review, I mean, obviously everything I say that's complimentary goes towards the theme, but this is really going to be about the premium package that they offer, and it's a suite of add-ons that you can activate that extend the functionality of GeneratePress. Now, if you followed along my video series about how to create an online course website, this is the design we ended up with, and for the theme I used GeneratePress, and part of that was it's not a requirement to get the premium package, and there are different things that would be probably a lot easier if you did have the premium add-on package. So for example, changing out fonts, changing out colors, and these are some of the primary things that your theme does, is set your colors and set your fonts and create your headers and create your footers, and everything else I did sandwiched in between on here was with Elementor. I have a whole video series on this. I'll link it down below, and I include all the video not the video templates, the page templates are all included. Okay, so this is what GeneratePress looks like by default when you install the theme on a vanilla WordPress website, and it's going to add a lot of features that we're going to essentially have full control over everything. And I do have a special treat, even though it's not officially released. I do have the development version of the GeneratePress Premium package that includes the WooCommerce integration, and we're going to look at that as well in this video. But if you head over to GeneratePress's website, now I will have a link down below in the pinned comment section, and also the video description box down below. It takes you over there. That is an affiliate link. Tom, the developer of GeneratePress, will give me a cup of coffee if you did purchase this premium package. Now, first off, I'm going to tell you, you don't need the premium package. What it does is it makes things easier for you, and actually now it does actually do some things that would be hard to pull off on your own, but that's the trade-off with a lot of things that you're going to purchase for WordPress. It's I can spend a little bit of money and save a ton of time, or I can spend a ton of time to save a little bit of money. So GeneratePress is 40 bucks right now. Let me click on premium right here. I believe it's only 40 bucks. Where is that price, Tom? There it is, 40 bucks, and it comes with, it's essentially a plugin that you would add to your website, and you would just enable what you wanted, the features that you want. Let me just give you a quick overview here of some of those. So for example, you're going to be able to control pretty much all the colors of your website, your typography. This sections I've encouraged, actually, let me back this up a little bit. The reason why GeneratePress is so stinking awesome is the developer. His name is Tom. You can connect with him in the GeneratePress Facebook group. There's also support for him here. He is the hardest working developer in WordPress that I've ever come across. He provides the most fantastic support. And honestly, if you were to ask 10 people why you purchased GeneratePress, I'm sure 9 of them would say because of Tom, because you have a direct connection to the guy, because he's on top of supporting, implementing things that people want, but he's very disciplined with it. He won't implement something that would bog down or slow down his theme, because his theme is so, it's like a well-oiled machine. I tell you, this thing is coded very, very well. So anyways, back to this stuff here. So sections, I was telling Tom he should drop that, because essentially it's kind of like a page builder kind of, but it's not as visual. And nowadays you would just use a page builder with GeneratePress. You can use Elementor, which is free. You can use Beaver Builder, and also GeneratePress perfectly integrates with the new Beaver themer package that was recently released. Okay, and so there's also some additional options here with the menu system, and this is very powerful. The page header one, that's actually a really nice feature as well. I'm going to have to show you that. You have very good options with the blog index page and how your blog posts will be laid out. Backgrounds, I usually just choose a solid color. I never use an image for the background. Spacing is actually very important, and I like the flexibility that that's going to add. And we're going to cover this all like in an actual website. Secondary nav, don't use that. Copyright, he actually makes it very easy to change the copyright even if you don't purchase this. I really like that about him. Disable elements is super useful. You can disable elements on a post or a page basis, on an individual basis. It makes it very easy. Hooks is actually very powerful as well, although I would like him, Tom, take a note, I would like some improvements in the hooks area to make it a little more easy to throw in saved rows or sections from Elementor or Beaver Builder. Anyways, but what this doesn't include is the brand new, not even on the website yet, WooCommerce integration, and he took all of the feedback from all of the people that have GeneratePress Premium now, and he implemented it on this beautiful WooCommerce integration that I'm going to be able to show you as well in this video. Now, if you wanted to see any of these features in action, you can come here. There's a video overview for each one, and you can also click on the details. I'm going to move through each of these pretty quick myself, so you can see what they do, but you can also come here to get more information. One of the things that is really nice about GeneratePress is there's a great support community here. You can click on the support forums, and I gotta say, I give GeneratePress an A+ on the documentation side. If you haven't noticed, a lot of times themes and plugins for WordPress, their biggest weaknesses is the documentation. There just isn't good documentation, or it's not complete. They might tell you how to do something, but the instructions don't make sense. Not so with Tom. He has invested so much effort and energy, time and money into having the best documentation that I have probably ever seen for WordPress. It would probably rank up there with Beaver Builder because they have put a big investment into their documentation as well. Tom is amazing in the support department. So, for example, he has the support forums here, and he is so quick to respond. There's also a Facebook group. He is so quick to respond, and he's very approachable. He's a great guy. And, you know, not to get sidetracked, I like to spend my money with the local guy. That's how I feel Tom is. I mean, it's a rock solid business. It's very well established. This isn't a wet behind the ears type of theme, but I really like it that I know when I'm buying it, it's going to a guy like me. The money's going to a guy like me. It's not going to a big corporation or a big business or whatever. I'm helping the guy that has a kid at home and is hustling, working hard, has provided something rock solid, is going to be there for me when I need him. And that's one of the selling points of GeneratePress for me. Not that it's got, you know, so many downloads, so many customers, so many people using it. We're talking tens of thousands of people, websites using his amazing theme, but I like to know that I'm giving the money to a guy that's going to be there for me, that he's going to listen to me, and, you know, anyways, I don't need to beat a dead horse on that issue. So anyways, this right here is our default GeneratePress. Now, let me go into the back end here. So what's going to happen is you're going to, when you purchase the GeneratePress add-ons, it's going to be a plugin right here called GP Premium. I'm going to go ahead and activate it right now. So there it is. It's activated. And then what you want to do is you want to go to Appearance and then GeneratePress. Now, just keep in mind, I'm using a beta version of it because this is the first anyone seeing of the newly added WooCommerce integration. So once you add it here, you pop in your license key, of course. And then here are all those modules that I was talking to you about. So you can either activate them all or just activate what you want. And that's what I really like like about it from a performance standpoint, because one of the most important responsibilities of a theme is for it to be well coded and for it to also be fast. And on that well coded note, this is just a random side note, with Tom's theme, GeneratePress, he has spent a significant amount of money to have one of the most well-known WordPress developers do a very tight security audit. And that's just how much he prides himself on this theme. Most theme developers would never do that because, quite frankly, they don't make any money on their theme, or maybe it's not a high priority. But for Tom, it is a very high priority to provide the most tight security possible, and he's gone ahead and put the money in for a in-depth security audit, and it's of course secure, but he is going through the audit anyways. So here we go. Sorry, that's why you want to be careful the theme you choose to use, because that is where there are security holes introduced into your website. So you might see a theme that looks really exciting and it's all sexy on the front end and all that, but you don't know when you look at the code if there's going to be performance issues, but more importantly, security issues. And that's why it's smart to go with a reputable theme for your website. And that's what we're getting here in GeneratePress. So you could just click on this checkbox, and then for bulk actions, go ahead and activate everything. I'm going to uncheck that sections because I don't use it, but everything else is cool. Now, if you are watching this today, the day that I upload the video, you're not going to have this WooCommerce option because it's going to be coming out in a few days. So I'm just going to activate what I have there. And here we go. So also right here, the only time you're going to come back to this page is if you want to disable a new add-on, or a new add-on comes out and you want to enable it. But you should also come here for the import export options. So essentially every aspect of your GeneratePress site is modular. You can move it around, which is very nice. I know a lot of people that are making child themes are using GeneratePress because it's so easy to give you settings to install in order to get the site looking the way that you want it. Now we have a new option here, which is GP hooks. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Where the real meat and potatoes is going to be is right here where it says customize. So I'm going to go ahead and click on customize, and you're going to see all of the settings. So let me just preface, pretty much anything that you could want to change, colors, fonts, header layouts, footer layouts, you're going to be able to do it now with this premium add-on package. So the first thing is you're going to come here to the layout, and it's setting after setting, each element, the layout for those elements. And this right here is new to WooCommerce. So we can change our container width. This is actually very good because the theme I'm using right now, I can't make it wider or more narrow. I want it wider actually. So you can come in here and change your container width, and here's already some spacing and padding that you can start changing around. Oh, I like this. This is new. You can lock them together and start decreasing them. All right, that's pretty good. This is the spacing from inside the box right here, the content padding, the padding to the top left, bottom, and right. And then here it is for a mobile device. So there's our container. We do have a lot of header options here, which is really nice. We've got alignment options. We've got the width we can adjust. And what's really nice is he's also including options for your mobile header. And I really like that because a lot of themes, when you look at it on a mobile device, I just don't like the way the header portion looks. It either takes up too much space or it just doesn't look really that good. So here is our primary navigation. Right here, we can choose the, let's see, where is it? Okay, this is nice right here, where the navigation is going to be. So by default with GeneratePress, it's on the bottom, but your more typical place to have it would be maybe on the float right, and it would move it right there. Remember, we can change these colors. I don't like these default colors at all, actually. So we have that right there, and there's, like I said, all of these options right here. What else is of worthy note? I can add a secondary navigation if I wanted to. We can have a top bar. We can have a secondary one here on the bottom. We have sticky navigation options, which some themes, they charge you extra just to have this sticky navigation. Anyways, you can have slide out navigation. Actually, this is kind of new. Let's see. Slide out navigation is usually there's like a hamburger icon here, and you click on it and it slides out. So I don't actually see that, so I'm not probably doing it right, but that's okay. All right, so we have page header options. Anyways, you can see we have all of these awesome layout options, but let's take a look at WooCommerce. So right here, it's really nice. You can display the cart finally in the menu. This was one of the things I asked for. This is when someone adds a product to the cart, it's going to show the cart on the menu area there. I think that's pretty huge. We have breadcrumbs right there. Here is our product page layout. Actually, let me jump into that. So I'm going to click on shop, and I did throw in a default product here called the Fidget Cube. I'm going to start an e-commerce store with my son selling some of these fidgety things. All right, so you can see now we have options for the layout here for a WooCommerce product page. So right now it is actually, let's see, sidebar layout. Let's see if it affects it. This might just be the shop page, but let's see, content, no sidebar. That might not do it. All right, we'll do it. Okay, so there we go. So if you didn't want to show a sidebar, you can do it here. So now you have these options where you didn't have these options before. You have image alignment, how many products per page on the shop page, and then you have these controls of what you want to show and what you don't want to show. And if you notice here, it is actually really deep, the options that it gives you. I really like that. Okay, so let's get out of layout, and then we're going to do the same thing for colors, and now everything's segmented out in the colors. So I said I don't like the black background here. That is my primary navigation colors, so I can change the background to, let's just clear it out, and then I need to actually give the font a color, and there we go. So this is kind of what you would expect to see, a background that's the same color background as the rest of the header, and then a contrasting color for the font. So there we have it. It was that easy. Let me also change my text hover. Let's go white. There we go. All right, and here too I should have made white. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. And so let's see. So we still have that hover. We can actually get rid of that on the hover as well. It's right here. It's the background hover. So we would just make that white. And now we just have the text changing. And so the text hover, we will make that dark as well. There we go. So you see how easy that is to change. That would be a big pain in the rear end if you're doing it with custom code. Even though he will tell you exactly how to do that. That's one of the things I like about Tom. Even though he wants to have you buy the premium package so he can eat, he'll tell you how to do something without you buying it, which is very refreshing. That he's willing to help you even if there's nothing really financial in it for him. And you can control all of these colors right here. One of the things that is actually very unique is he has the option here for forms. So whenever you go to like a contact form, it inherits the style from your theme. But in this premium package, he gives you the option to configure what those will be when you see a form on your page. So if I click on add to cart right here, let's see if that's going to work in the customizer. It doesn't look like it's going to work in the customizer. I'll show you, actually here, let me just show you right now. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to shop, I'm going to go to my fidget cube, add it to the cart, and then I'm going to view all these colors are going to be completely customizable. And then I'm going to go to the checkout, every color. So here's like your typical form. You're going to be able to control the sizes and colors. You know how the color changes when you click into the field. You actually get those options right here in the customizer. This is unique. I haven't really seen this anywhere. Anyways, so now we're in our WooCommerce colors, and you're going to be thrilled to know you have pretty much control over all the colors. So, I mean, we've got this button here. If I wanted to make it something vibrant like that, and then change my hover color to that, you can see how easy that was to change. And there you go. You got literally, and it actually goes deeper in colors customizations of these colors than I've seen in other themes. So this is really going to set GeneratePress ahead of the pack when it comes to WooCommerce and e-commerce integration. And I really like this. You see, there's another theme called Genesis. Now, Genesis is so lean. Any change you want to make, you have to do it with custom code. And the argument there is that because of that, it's going to run faster, but it's not necessarily so accurate today, because GeneratePress, I bet if you put it side by side, isn't going to run any slower than a Genesis theme, but you still get these customizer options, which I want. Even though I could sit there and crank out CSS, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just come in here, click around, change a color, and be off to what the next thing I want to do that day. So anyways, there's your WooCommerce colors right there. Same thing for typography. We're going to be able to change the fonts of everything and the weight and all of that. So if I didn't like my primary navigation font right there, I can go here and just choose something different. So let's just choose this Comic Sans. I think that will be noticeable. Just like that, and I can increase the size there to 18. You see how easy it is, and then I can make it all capitalized, well, not capitalized, all uppercase like this. You can see how easy that is. Actually, that made it too big. Let me go back down. Okay, so there we go. So we're getting control over all the fonts that you would need in your website. Okay, so we have the blog options here, and this could be how the blog content is laid out. You've got the Masonry options. I like your traditional one where you've got the title, the image, an excerpt, and someone can click on it and go in, but to each his own. By default, just so you know, this is kind of this layout. You see how everything's kind of in its own little separate container, and then we have this color here on the edges. Some people like that, some people don't. Let me actually show you how to change that real quick. So that would be your background color, I'm pretty sure. So, or the body right here. So let me change that to white. And there we go. That was pretty much all you needed to do to change that. Or if you wanted it to be a different color altogether, you could go there. I mean, that's how simple this really was. To now it doesn't look all containerized, but it's completely up to you how you want it and what you want to do there. So that is our colors. That was our typography, our blog, background images. You can actually put a background instead of just a color. You can have an image in the background. I don't typically like that, but I mean, for some creative types, you might want to put a pattern in the background, and I totally understand that. Okay, here's the option for your copyright. You can pop in whatever you want. If you scroll down, by default, this is what it's going to say, but you can put in whatever you want there. Menus, that's the typical WordPress widget. Additional CSS, this is all WordPress stuff right here. So you can see how it's all kind of logically organized. If it's a layout, it's going to be found under layout. If it's a color, it's going to be under colors. And if it's the font or the typography, you're going to find that in typography. So if I didn't like the layout of this footer, ding, 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 I know to go into the customizer, click on layout. Oops, not site identity. Click on layout and go to footer. And now I've got control over my footer area. If I didn't want 3 footer widgets, I can just go like this and kind of get rid of the footer altogether. If I didn't want to do that, there's colors. So here is this like copyright area. It's got that black. If I don't want that there, I go, that's probably in colors. So let me go to colors and let's find that. So that would probably be under, my guess is maybe footer widget. No, footer. That would be footer. The area where the widgets were would be the footer widgets. This is just going to be the footer. So there we go. Now I can go here and I can lighten up the color and make it to be whatever I want. He does have it all organized and grouped in a logical way. If it's a layout, it's going to be in layouts. If it is a color, typography. It's as simple as that. So for instance, if I wanted to change some of the header, actually, let's take a look at this secondary navigation right here. So let's see, navigation, location, above header, below header. So this is where you can place a second navigation. Here's the different locations that you can place it. I wonder if I did like no navigation. Actually, I'm missing this right here, above header. I wonder if I have to assign a menu, and that's where I would get it up there on the top. But you also have in each of these layout options is the padding and spacing options, which is really nice. So let's change this around. So for navigation, right now it's on the float right. I'm going to put it below the header, but instead of on the left, I'm going to center it. So now that's centered. And so this is the header right here. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the center, and now everything's just kind of centered. I actually like this kind of a layout. It looks a little more friendly and easier to navigate, and I'm sure it looks great on all devices. And here's your padding and everything like that. So let's do a quick save and publish and take a look at it on the front end. So I'm going to go here. And there it is. I'm going to click on shop. You can see how I've already changed a whole bunch of things. I'm going to do an add to cart. And let's see, why are we not getting our add to cart in there? Let me figure that out. Wait, maybe because I didn't add it to cart. Okay, there we go. View cart. Okay, so I'm on the cart. I have 3 of them in the cart and we're not getting it showing there. So let's just see what we need to do to make that work. Colors, let's see. So I'm going to go back to colors, WooCommerce. And let's see if that's how I need to enable it. Darn it, I can't find it off the top of my head. Well, you're just going to have to trust me that it works. I had it working the other day. I reset all my settings, and instead of making this video any longer than it needs to be, I'm going to go ahead and just click on save and publish and try to explain the hook areas, which is a very powerful feature. So, wow, it just took me right to the hooks. That's probably because I was on hooks when I got into the customizer. So what hooks are is these different areas and locations on a page. So there's above header, below header, above navigation, below navigation, above post content, below post content. There's these hook areas, and what you could do is you can drop a short code in here and it will take whatever that short code generates, or some PHP, that getting a little on the technical side, or just a short code, and it will put it in that location. And this is actually really good if you're using one of these modern page builders like Elementor or Beaver Builder, because you can create a row or a section and you can save it, and then you'll get a little short code that you can place someplace. So where you'd want to use this type of feature is, say you have a lot of blog posts and you want to maybe have a call to action above the content but below the navigation on a blog post asking for someone's email address. That's how you could do something like that. Or maybe you wanted a site-wide notice. You know, when you go to a website and they might be having a sale, or there's something that they want to help you to notice and recognize, and they'll have a bar at the very top. These are things you could do in these hook areas. So you would be able to create it in your page builder of choice. They'll give you a little short code and you can just paste it wherever you want to pop that information in. And that is one of the really nice things that you can do here. And there's all these different hook locations right here. I don't see a real easy way to see what is where, but there might be in the documentation a list of what these hook areas are and where they are, so you would know when you place your short code in. But it's easy. If you put it someplace as the wrong spot, you just move it to the right spot. It'd be very easy to get dialed in. So anyways, guys, that has been my quick review of GeneratePress. I fully stand behind GeneratePress. I love what Tom's doing. You'll be in good hands using this theme. And as a matter of fact, you would not be alone if you started using GeneratePress. A lot of developers are using this theme and basing all of their website builds on this theme. And I think the reason why I like getting a theme from a different company that I get my page builder from is because the page builder company, they can focus on improving the page builder. The theme company, they can focus on making it the best theme that there is, and they can have these separate focuses. I find that if you're using a company for the page builder and a theme, they might have a split focus or a split passion. Tom passionate about GeneratePress, this theme, and these different page builder plugins like Elementor or Beaver Builder, they're just passionate about that. But if they're also selling a theme, I find that the passion isn't there for the theme. And that's why it's good to go with Tom, a separate company for your theme. It's kind of like when you go to that restaurant that has a menu with all kinds of different items on it, and they're all just okay. They're not fantastic. But if you go to a restaurant that just serves this and a restaurant that just serves that, there's a good chance that it's going to be better for you. Not better for you, but it's going to be a better meal, because that's what they focus on. That is their thing. That is what they do. That is what they're the best at. That's what they're the experts at. That's all that I was trying to make with that point. So anyways, like I said, I've got a link down below to GeneratePress. Now, if you use GeneratePress and you like it, why don't you put your reasons down below in the comment section? Or if there's another WordPress theme that you use and you use it for a particular reason, why don't you share that with everyone down below as well? Thanks for watching this video.